Hello, this is Mark Frykberg here again with another update video of the Civilization app that I uploaded a few weeks ago. So beginning with a quick disclaimer, this is not my design. This is based on Francis Treshams' board game called Civilization. But the reason I made this app is to offer an alternative way to play the game, which hopefully speeds up play so you get to experience this very, very fascinating but very, very long game in its entirety. And that's what I will attempt to do in this video, as well as going through many of the updates for the build. So let's have a look, shall we? We have plenty of bug fixes, especially when it comes to the calamities. We have improved log printouts, where you can follow the game in text form, as well as improved tooltips and panels. But the update that I am most excited about is the bot-player hybrid, which we will definitely have a look at in this video. So let's jump in, shall we? I think the lobby has stayed mostly the same. And for this video, I'm going to set up a 5-player game on 3 out of the 4 map boards, which I think is a recommended scenario in the manual. And 4 to 7 pop cap. So the first thing we can take a look at is the cards panels, which was pretty bare bones in the previous build. But now you can actually hover and read up on the various goods values. I'm not going to go through all the rules as thoroughly as I did in the last video, but to summarize what the game is about, it's about spreading out across the map and grow your population. And then eventually you want to collapse multiple population into these city sites to build cities. And the cities are going to generate trade goods for you, which you will trade amongst other players. And then you can trade those in for tool cards, which are permanent upgrades for your civilization. And they will also be worth points as well, which you need to progress across the AST table up here. And first one to reach the end is the winner. So you can also see here is the calamities that lurks in 8 of these 9 decks. So among the Iron and Papyrus cards is a Volcano/Earthquake card. And in the bottom of the Salt deck is the Famine card, which will definitely dish out some damage to your civilization. And so on and so forth. And down here, the tiny little text, we have a discount summary. So as you acquire more orange, also called craft cards, you will accumulate discount towards other orange cards, as well as discount towards democracy, the democracy card. And the same goes for the green science card, the blue art cards, and the purple civics cards. I think in the previous build there was also a buy gold button here, but I chose to move that back into the acquire goods phase as it is in the original board game, since city revolts can be pretty common towards the end of the game, and whoever gets to spend their treasury to buy gold cards can have quite a big impact there. So the way you purchase as gold now is you check this little box up here, and that will buy gold for you as soon as you have the sufficient treasury. We also have a little reveal hide goods cards icon here, which can keep your cards hidden, which will be good if you're playing with multiple players on the same machine. You can have this checked off, and no one will be able to see your cards until you press this button, and you can dial in your trade and so on. And then down here we have the bot move button. So what I can do is I can start making moves for Africa, since it's Africa's turn, but I can also press this button and I will get an AI move. And if I press it again, the bot will say bot done, because it can't come up with any more reasonable moves. And I can hold control if I can return, and I can hold control if I want to. And that will do all the bot moves that it can come up with. And there is no machine learning involved in this. It's simply an algorithm that looks at a map and assigns a value to the board state according to how well it thinks the board looks from that player's perspective. And then it's basically run through all the possible moves for that player and pick the best moves out of that. So the magic lies in the evaluate board state algorithm, and it's not the best bot in the world, but it will give you some hairy turns for sure, as you will see. But if you're unsatisfied, if you're not satisfied with one of the bot's move, you can return and you can dial in the move that you like, and then continue doing bot moves and so on. And there is also a little cog icon up here that we can check. So that will that is called the Autobot button, which will effectively turn it into a bot player. So as soon as we come to this player's turn, for instance, it will run through all the bot moves and then end the turn. Yeah, effectively turning it into a bot. So what I think I want to do is I'm going to check all of these except for Asia, which means I'm going to play as the Asia faction. And then if I take a bot move, if you blink, you might miss it, but it will run through all the moves until it gets to Asia, and then I get to do Asia's moves. And then if I press space again, it did all of their moves again, and we're back to Asia. So basically you will have to resort to the log because you might miss important information playing this way, but that's how I like it. It's basically decisions upon decisions and no downtime at all. You just essentially playing the game, which is good when we're trying to speed run it like we are today. And Asia is an interesting faction. So it's one of the factions that needs to, or civilization, I should say, that needs to reach a whopping 1.4k points in order to finish. So we definitely need to look at these, probably all the 3 most expensive cards in order to be able to finish. And I also think we need to pick up architecture and literacy to get some discounts towards these. So we're not going to be able to get as many of the craft and science cards with this civilization as the cards that can have a more dramatic impact on giving you benefits on the board. But I think Asia has a pretty nice starting position up here in the top right, and we can start marching down Turkey and try to capture some ground there. So let's keep moving. So Crete decided to come and visit us. But I think this looks fine for now. And during the next turn, we will have to start. So in order to enter the early Bronze Age, we will have to build 2 cities. So we will have to start thinking about that. I think I'm going to put up a wall of colonists around this area and keep marching down south. And that will be the turn. And we can have a look at Egypt actually missed their advance here. They only built 1 city, but that's usually fine playing as Egypt. They usually catches up later on in the game. But I think we definitely want to build these 2 cities, which are a little safer in the background. So let's send him some population there and 2 from there. And then keep marching down south, because we do want to make some claims to these areas. Lots of nice city sites there. And then we can maybe send 1 guy over there. So hopefully we get to build these 2 cities now. Okay, so they attacked us in 64. So let's have a look at that. So we had a combat there. It's kind of nasty. And we are first out. Remember, the population movement step is played in census order, so it's descending population counts. But we are first out, and you definitely want to be play late so you can react to what other people do. And they might build this city now, so maybe we want to build one more city and then try to put some pressure on these tiles. We can even send one guy, 3 guys in like that, and keep on marching down south. And this, we have to move this as well. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so they were able to build, which was a bit unfortunate. And we're still first out. So let's try to build 2 cities. So I'm going to send a bunch of guys in there, and I think I want to build something safe back here as well. So 3 more guys in there, spread out across these tiles. Maybe we want to start thinking about setting up a wall somewhere here, because remember, cities consumes all the food, so they basically act as walls to your civilization. So I think we could build a boat here. And boat construction is, I forgot to mention this in the last video, but boat construction is moved from its own step before population movement into the population movement step as it is in later iterations of the Civ game, like Mega Civ. And that removes some mind games for sure, and it makes coastlines way more volatile. But in terms of speeding up the game, I think it makes a whole lot of sense. And we can also check this during the population growth. We had 23 possible growth spots, but we only populated 14 more. And that was due to our stock running out. And in the board game, you get to place the population where you want to. But in this app, it will be chosen for you, which is could screw you in some situation, but then again, the goal is to speed up play so you can finish the game, and I think optimizations like that makes sense. So let's see what's going on. So we got the fight over there. So we have some problems with Crete over here. So we didn't get the city build, right? But now trading is online, so because a lot of civilizations has acquired 6 or more cards, so they want a bronze and it gives a grain. I don't think we can do that, but I'm gonna dial in. I'm gonna see if someone want to pick up our grain. We are gonna get hit by an earthquake since we're not present in any of the volcano sites. That means one of our cities is gonna be reduced. Let's see if we can get the salt card. And yeah, we did. And I will try to acquire another salt card for a complete ochre set. Is anyone offering salt? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so buying. So there is no more mysticism cards. So we could maybe buy one of the art cards to start accumulating some discounts later on. So I think we're gonna pick up drama, the drama card, and then the volcano hits. And also, unlike the board game, you don't get to pick the site; it's gonna be chosen for you. But we got our city reduced there, and possibly a neighbor city as well. So Illyria got one reduced as well. So let's see now. So some civilizations have really started to pick up pace, and we gathered a whole bunch of goods. So I think it might be time to build this city over here. So I'm gonna maintain the boat. So if I just build here, it's gonna maintain the boat instead. And I can ride around here and load up some guys for this build. And then I think I want to try to conquer the entire Turkey here. So we might also want to think about building a wilderness city up here. Remember, you can build cities outside of these city sites, but that's going to cost you double. Maybe we can build that one back up. So let's retcon that turn. Throw a bunch of guys in there instead. Maintain the boat, pick some guys up, and build this city. And then do the spread back here. And I want to try to keep 2 at every tile, because 2 is the maximum growth you can have at any tile. So even though you have 3, you're only going to get 2 more. So I think this looks pretty good. So hopefully 2 more cities. Illyria is also building back up. And no trade this round. There was a civil war and a famine. And civil war is one of the nastier calamities where your civilization gets split into 2. So Crete got a whole bunch of African cities and colonists. Okay, so we got a shipment of troops in here as well. So and we didn't get that many that much growth this turn. So maybe it's time to throw up the wall over here. I think that might be a good move. So let's maintain this boat again. Getting a lot of value out of it. And keep this wall up and maybe move all of these guys back to kill some Cretans over there. That looks fine to me. And we've gotten stuck here for a while now. So in order to enter into late Bronze Age, we need 3 colors, and we only have 1. So Volcano again and Flood. Luckily we dodged the flood because we're not present in any of the flood plains. But we will get hit by 1 more of those. And we are first out in the trade. So this is also a change. So trade in the board game happens in real time. Here the game comes up with a random turn order, and it will run for 2 sessions, which we set up in the lobby. So it will run through this random turn order, and then once again, so two times in total. And during a trade turn, you get to answer to 1 offer, as well as do an offer yourself. So I think we're gonna see if someone want to pick up our cloth, and they did. We actually got some salt from Illyria. Wants grain for more salt. I think that might be good, actually. What if we give them... So 1 more salt is going to be 48. So I think that might be a win-win. They get a whole bunch. It's fine, I guess. So let's do that. And then see if someone wants to pick up all our trash here. Okay, so a nice salt set. So that means we can actually get architecture and get 2. Oh, hold on. We want... Okay, so we can pick up 2 cars instead. Astronomy, we are not too much interested in boats, but metalworkings might be good. Or we go for this. I think this might be good. So this gives us all our colors, and we can save a salt, and I will spend more of our treasury, which I think is fine because it's going to go back in stock. And these are the same tokens that you use to populate the board. So the less you have in your treasury, the more population you're going to get on the board. So I think we do like this. And that means we get to keep advancing. Let's see where the earthquake hits. So it hit us over there on the island. And then the flood, we should be fine. So no losses from the flood. And then we can start thinking about building things back up. Maybe we can siege this town. If we use, we're gonna need 7 guys to crack it. So I think that'll be fine. And maybe use the boat again. We have 35, so we could probably build this one back up again. If we use the boat and bring 1 guy over from here. And let's spread back out like that. And I think we're starting to get a nice foothold in Turkey. Sorry, are we missing a guy? My mistake. Okay. Okay, so we successfully sieged the city. And we are back to trading. So this is the tricky part for Asia. So now we're going to need a total of 7 tool cards. And then after that, we're going to need tool cards for a total of 1,000 points. And then eventually a 1.4k score, which are tool cards, goods, and treasury. So we're probably going to be stuck here for a while trying to build up discounts towards the more expensive cards. We do have some salt still, so let's see if maybe someone wants to pick up the cloth for some salt. That looks good. Gives bronze, wants cloth. Gives salt, wants papyrus. We don't have that, so maybe someone wants the grain. And I can leave the demand open for now and see. Oh, we got a bronze, so could be good later. But there is going to be a famine and the civil war. And I actually think we want to save this time. We do need 7 cards, but I think we want... We could pick up... No, I think we save. Okay, so we got hit by the famine, 9 losses. So maybe I shouldn't have traded away my grain there, but... And we had the civil war in Egypt again. So a few troops went over to Crete. And we did lost 74 there, so... but we are holding on, so maybe we could think about claiming this one for ourselves. This should be a pretty safe build back here. Try to keep 2 colonists on each tile. And we can use the boat to save a guy from there. And I think that looks fine. That's going to be another city for us this round. And it looks like Illyria is doing the best so far. Gives spice, wants gems. Gives grain, wants iron. That sounds pretty interesting. So we could do that. And then we can maybe put up the cloth and a bunch of trash and see if we get something interesting for that. I think we got another bronze from Egypt. That's amazing. I think I'm pretty happy with that. We could see if someone wants the grain set, because we are going to get goods of a value of 17 in return. But no, it's fine. And then we can go and pick up the literacy. Maybe we can save some cards as well. Spending 11 out of our treasury, I think it's good. So let's pick up literacy. And we got famine again. So flood in Egypt. And we had famine losses as well, 75. Yeah, so we are getting our wall destroyed over and over again. And we have Crete next door here, and they are playing after us. It might be a bit risky trying to build that up. So maybe we go for the island again. Bring 3 guys over there. We could attempt to build this one up. Illyria has picked up iron working, so you can see the little star there. So that means they have metal working, sorry. So they have an advantage in combat. We're always gonna take the first hit while fighting them. What we could try to get the greedy city here. And try to keep the wall up like so. Let's see if we can get those 2 cities back up. Okay, so Crete is building up over there as well. And back to trading. And we are going to get hit by the civil war, so this might hurt a bit. And I don't think there is any possibility to pick up democracy or philosophy this round, which are the tools that mitigates civil war. But we could pick up we don't want the grain. Let's give away the cloth. See if someone wants to give us some bronze. Oh yeah, look at that. Bronze from Illyria. And nothing too interesting, but we can maybe give away some of our low value goods and see what we get. And so this could be I think agriculture is one of the better cards in the game. It increases the food value of every tile, so it made the game way easier to play. So let's see how we can spend the most of our treasury as well, and I think that's pretty fine. So now we're gonna take huge hits here. So who do we want to give up our civ to? So Africa is pretty far behind, and they don't have any nasty tech like metal workings. So I'm thinking about maybe picking them as the beneficiary. So boom, a whole lot of losses to them, a whole 15 worth of unit points. Remember, colonists are worth 1, cities are worth 5, so it seems like they got a whole bunch of colonists as well as city 57. So yeah, we kind of have to try and clean up our backyard. Luckily the agriculture is online, so you can see the food values looks way nicer now. And Africa has played already, so they are where they are basically. And I think we can. Thinking about building a boat here and dropping up 1 guy there and 1 guy there. And that means 3 versus 2 going to be 1 loss for them, 1 loss for us, 2 losses for them, which sounds good. And then we spend the rest of the turn trying to recover strength back here. So this will hopefully clean a whole bunch of Africa out. Okay, so trading gives salt, wants grain, and there is a famine going, so maybe we want to hold on to that for now. Can try trading away some of our cloth maybe for salt. Looks like it worked, but we got a whole bunch of tradable calamities our way. which is kind of nasty. So the epidemic is going to hit us for 16 damage, and the disorder is going to reduce our cities down to 4 cities. So it was probably not a good idea leaving our trade open like that, but at least we have some pretty good sets going. So maybe we can get gives iron, wants salt. Can see if someone wants this set, but then we want salt in return. And we didn't get anything. And this is tricky. We have been stuck here for a while, and we do want to work our way towards law. But we could probably pick up another sheep card. Maybe music this round, because it's going to give discounts towards philosophy. So eventually we're going to get value for that. Let's save the grain. And let's save some of the salt as well. Okay, so what's happening? Africa got hit by the earthquake, and we dodged the famine. But now we're gonna get to distribute the epidemic losses. There's not too much to choose here. We have 25 points to deal out, and Egypt has acquired medicine, so they can only take 5 losses, and Illyria is immune since they were the ones who traded us the calamity. So another tough, rough turn. Whole bunch of city reduction there. But luckily that means the disorder is not going to do much. So yay for that. And but Illyria seems to do pretty well in this game. And the game is starting to look really chaotic with all the civil wars and stuff going on. So we would like to deny this town for sure, and keep marching down south. And we do want to build something this round, I think. Illyria has a whole bunch of upgrades. They have metalworkings, and they also have astronomy, which means they can cross open oceans. So if you have cloth making and astronomy, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a single move, which really opens up the map for you. So gotta keep that in mind. And they also have the engineering, which makes their cities harder to crack. So but I think we might be building this one up. So let's fight there, bring 4 guys in there, and then keep moving, keep reinforcing. That looks fine. So trading wise, we're first out again. Let's just put up our trash this time. And someone gave us a really nice card for that, actually. A bronze card. Gives bronze, wants grain. Could be worth it. 2 grain. The bronze is looking tasty though. This would be a fair trade, so okay, let's try that. And then we can put up the salt as well and hope for more bronze. Unfortunately not. And this is when I think we start saving. It's very tempting though. 1 more card would mean we start to progress again. But we do need to spend the bronze for that. So now I don't think I think it's time to save. And we had the volcano and the civil war, and we get to be the beneficiary. So we get a new town somewhere. We get 84. So that's a nice addition. And Crete has made their moves, so that means we can build this one this turn. I think we do that. So we need 2. They have metal workings as well, so we need 2 more for that. So a total of 8 should be fine. And we could also build this one back up. Maybe move some guys from up here. I think that looks fine. And Illyria, we gotta somehow keep Illyria back. They have picked up law already, so and they're almost at their 1,000 value, so might want to be careful trading with them. Gives iron, wants papyrus, gives bronze, wants cloth. That sounds amazing. Let's do that. Then we can do an open trade. If we get the bronze, I think it's worth it, whatever we get tossed our way, so no more bronze. Let's see if someone wants the small stuff. We got the epidemic for that. That was a bad move on my part. However, we could actually pick up medicine this round. Law is tempting, but I think medicine might save us from a whole bunch of losses. So let's take a stop here and pick up medicine before we go continuing on to law. So that's fine. And we had famine losses, and we have civil war with Crete as the beneficiary. And then epidemic comes around, and we only get 11 hits instead of 16. So that's good. We got it from Illyria, of course. We can't give them back some of the losses. And we are now advancing into early Iron Age. But our score value looking a little bit low, so we do need to start saving up now, I think. Okay, so we have one new city going. I think that's fine. Maybe move some population back here so we can start thinking about that wilderness city again if we eventually manage to get some population going. And I think I'm just going to try throw up a bunch of stuff here. Gives cloth, wants papyrus. And there is a famine. Wants papyrus. That's pretty good. Get another cloth. And we keep the grain, and let's see if someone want to pick this up. Okay, so we got some salt for that. So it looks like we might be able to get a nice cloth set going eventually. Metal workings, I don't think we too interested in that. And famine hit us again, but luckily we had the grain to save us from a bunch of losses there, so that was good. And then we had some revolts. Crete actually lost cities to Illyria, so that's no good. And that is due to having insufficient stock for the taxation round. So every start of every round, you're going to pay 2 tax into your treasury for every city. And if you can't do that, bad things happen. So let's build this one back up. spread out as usually. I think this is important to hold on to. And we probably want to check the buy gold button here, so we can spend some of that treasury and get, because our civilization is beginning to look a little bit thin, I think. So one new city, and so we're up to 7 cities. That's pretty good. And we are, gives gold wants grain. That sounds very good. If we give them an bronze, maybe. Yeah, we can have that gold. And gives cloth, that would also have been good. Wanted gold. Oof, okay, I probably should have answered that one, but let's see if we can put up something tempting. Maybe they bite on it. So gives gold wants cloth, or maybe gems instead. Probably want the gold is quite valuable. Okay, so they're still giving cloth, wants the salt. So what about this? Oof, nice trade. And I think that's the best we can do, but we can try maybe getting one more cloth for the gems, maybe. Okay, so this is going to be the lower for sure. And I think we can even save the gold. Or do we want to save the cloth instead? Maybe we do it this way. We can start building a new cloth set. Okay, so law is, we're on the way towards the late Iron Age, and volcano is going to hit us, and then we had some civil war again, and piracy, which didn't do anything. So piracy, in order for that to hit, you need the one who trade you the card needs some ship on the board. So we're second out again, and we are starting to get a nice population going here. So I think we bring a whole bunch of guys over this round. And I think we even build a boat here and bring these guys in. 2 over there and 2 over there, and then we park the boat here for next round. And try to conquer this area and maybe build this one up. Oh crap, they're gonna build it. Oh well. Okay, give bronze, gives hide. So bronze is interesting. Wants gold though, we can't do anything with that. And the grain is good to hold on to this round. So maybe we give away the spice. Maybe someone wants the spice. We got some bronze for that. And gives gold, wants spice. The gems is we're not gonna be able to do too much with the gems, I don't think. So let's see if someone wants the gems. Okay, so this looks like it's gonna be another save maybe. Because I am pretty scared of the I think we're gonna be in order to safely cross the finish line, we're gonna need, for our last 4 cards, it's gonna be these 3. Maybe we can do one sheep, one. So let's do the astronomy then for some of our trash cards. We can't. We will need to trade a whole bunch of stuff away, but Oh well. Spending all our treasury, picking up astronomy, and keeping our grain for the famine. And astronomy is good if Illyria is... So Illyria is in the late Iron Age, so in order to stop them, astronomy might give us the mobility to do so. So yeah, I guess we give them 11 damage from the famine, and the other damage can go to... So Crete is behind, but they are the ones in our neighborhood, so we can maybe also give it to Africa and hopefully destroy some of the cities here. Let's try that. Okay, so open some things up. And Illyria didn't advance just yet, so let's focus on building ourselves up. Yeah, let's build this one nice and safe in there. And keep driving Illyria out of here. And here we can do could build a bunch of boats here, because now our boats can cross oceans. Like that, maybe. So that looks fine. Egypt has a whole pretty impressive plot of land down there. Okay, so goods are pretty much all over the place, but the gems, we don't have the gold still. Gives the cloth wants the bronze. I think that might be fine. And then we can maybe give away the spice for something. And we got something, we got gems for that. Oof, that's good. But it was a trade with Illyria though, which is a little bit sketchy. Gives grain. Wants gold though. So I think we just put up a bunch of single cards this round. See if something better comes up. What a... and this one is going to be 5 short of the next hump. So this is going to be a total waste of a round. We're going to have to discard a whole bunch of goods down. Because I really think we need the... yeah, the 2 last cards, I really think we need to shoot for democracy and philosophy. So let's hope we get to keep our cities around. And oh, there is a civil war though. So this is tricky. Oh well, what can you do? So let's give them to Crete, although Crete has agriculture and metalworking, so it will be slightly tricky to get rid of them. But yeah, boom, that's a annoying ambush in our right in our backyard. So and a whole bunch of our population is in our treasury as well. Crete got a tax revolt for that though. So they had to give up a whole bunch of things to Africa, which was a weird side effect of that. But yeah, and we don't have the metal working, so this is going to be rough. Maybe we can build this one up. Or maybe we just... and Illyria is beginning to advance again. With 7 cities on the board. Yeah, so I'm not sure how much we could. And this is safe back here. So this came at the worst possible moment. Could try to invade Illyria for a whole bunch of population damage, but then again, they are doing quite well in that department as well. So let's try clearing out our backyard again. 3 people there. Actually, we're gonna need 4 with the metalworking. And a whole bunch of guys in there. And these guys can starve. And maybe we can. I'm thinking if we could do a build here, but this is gonna be a kill. And yeah, we really have struggled keeping this part for ourselves, but yeah, I think this is the best we can do. No new cities for us, but a bunch of damage at least. And we got the piracy card, but we don't have any fleet, so it's not going to do much. Gives cloth, wants salt. That's and famine we might want to hold on to, and the gems are also good. Let's see if someone bites on this. And they did, but we got a heresy in return. That's probably an even nastier one. Gonna get some cities reduced, but we could dish out some damage as well. Let's see if we can get something for this huge set here. We did get something, but not enough for the expensive cards, unfortunately, and we lost our grain. Probably not smartest move there. So famine again, full damage from famine. Lyria is definitely going to get it, and I think Egypt might be starting looking scary as well. They have some lower thresholds they need to hit, so. And then we have the epidemic, but they have the medicine, and this got traded from Illyria, of course, so we can't destroy their cities, so it's going to be Crete's cities. A whole bunch of city reduction there, and we dropped down to 0, so we actually regressed the tile here as well, just before the finish. Pretty bad. So let's build. Let's kick this in. Let's speed this up a bit. So how do we looking in time-wise? That's going to be a star, right? Or do they have the agriculture? So okay. 4-1. One more there is going to be a kill. 3 there, I think it's going to be a kill. And these we can sail back. But we don't have enough treasury for the fleet even. Ouch. Okay. So yeah, maybe we just chill there. And that'll do for this round. And we lost Crete blocked us here for the city, one of the city constructions. And yeah, I really don't think we should trade with Illyria this round. Give Salt wants the bronze. I think I'm not putting anything up out there. No, I think we stop there and stall for another round. Get hit by a volcano on earthquake. But there, Illyria managed to pick up the democracy card and keep moving forward. So this round we really need to hit Illyria with all we got. I'm not sure how we can do that. But let's see what we can do. Let's build some ships, shall we? And go over here. And now we need to start using levy instead. Okay, so we can kill some guys there and hope that they lose a whole bunch of guys from the city support. Let's build these two back up. Let's get rid of this. Let's spread out a bit. And yeah, let's and then we can try to shower them with calamity damage maybe. A whole bunch of fights, but we got a city built, and there's famine going. I really want another gem. Let's see if we can get that. No one bite on the gems. Gives spice, wants bronze. We don't have that. Gives cloth, wants grain. We can't deal with that either. Let's see if this works. Okay, so at this point, I guess we just pick up the engineering. Let's see if we can save some cards. Yeah, that means Illyria got into the finishing space. Good job by them, and I guess I'll take some credit for that, being the programmer of the bot as well. So, but yeah, there you have it, an entire game of Civ. I'm sorry I didn't do too much, too well, ending up in probably third place after Egypt. But I think the goal was achieved, though. We managed to play a game in one sitting in less than an hour. So I'm pretty happy with that. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And yeah, thank you for watching. Take care, everyone, and cheers. Bye-bye.